Hello guys, and welcome back to another crime video. Now I know I've got a lot going on today, like a lot of dangly things going on today, like and look at my freaking skirt, you guys. It has some diamond danglings down here. Like,
is being pretty a crime?
If you guys love these crime videos, remember to hit the like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell because I reply to my early bird, and it helps my channel out a lot so that I can create these content for you guys. So in today's video, we're gonna be talking about a handsome fiance who disappeared, and technically he is missing still till this day. But the funny thing is, we kind of know who the suspect is, but he was never officially charged with the crime. Also, this case is just gonna open up to the reasons why you should not trust a lot of people, especially when it comes to money and businesses. And I know I have a lot of young viewers out there, so you need to watch the story because when it comes to money, the world can get really scary. Don't trust anyone, don't fall into scams, and be careful when you're signing anything, borrowing any money, getting into any businesses. Just watch this video and just know that not everybody is out there to help you. Actually, most people are not out there to help you. So we're gonna be talking about a man named Kim Myung-chul. He was 32 years old back then. He was 183 centimeters. Technically, what is that, like 6 feet, which is tall for a Korean. He was really handsome as well, as you guys can see. Honestly, he kind of looks like an actor. He worked for a training instructor for companies. He was a well-trustworthy son and was looking forward to get married just within a couple months. It was on June 12, 2010 when everybody in Korea was pretty much watching the World Cup games. And you guys know Korean, we love soccer, and when it's like the World Cup, everybody watches it. Now the fiance was waiting for Kim. Now her and her friends and family were watching the World Cup games, and she was waiting for her future husband, Kim, to come back home. But all of a sudden she got a really weird text message. The text message read, "I can't believe I heard all these things about you. Let's break up." And there was even a voice memo left by a strange female, basically saying that she is with Kim and that she wants them to break up, that he doesn't want her anymore, and that they're just going to be running away. It was just a really weird message. This was odd because the fiance and Kim did not have any bad relationship. They were gonna get married and they were set to watch the World Cup games together. Around the same time, Kim's mother also got a message from Kim's phone. The text said, "I cannot return home because of money problems at work." Now both of these text messages were odd because they had no spacing, the grammar was off, and it was not the typical attitude of Mr. Kim, and it seemed like someone else just wrote it. If you compare old Kim's messages to this, it's just not the same person. So this is when the family knew something terrible might have happened to Kim. This is when the family reported to the police and decided to look a couple days before Kim disappeared. And the details are really weird. So a couple days before Mr. Kim was supposed to disappear, he met a man named Lee Kwan-kyu. Now Lee apparently was an acquaintance with Mr. Kim's fiance, and that's how Mr. Kim got introduced to Mr. Lee. Evidence show Mr. Kim's fiance and Lee frequently exchanged messages under social media, and they were known to be friends before she met Kim. Now this part was never published or widely known, but it's like the talk within the netizens that maybe the fiance also had to do something with it, but we'll talk about that later. So Mr. Lee told Kim that there was a great opportunity for his training instructor job where someone Lee knew could bring lots of business in for Mr. Kim. Mr. Kim, of course, just like anyone, wants to grow their business, make more money, and things like that, so Kim agreed to meet this broker. Before Kim left to meet Mr. Lee and the broker, he borrowed his fiance's credit card that had a bigger spending allowance, as Kim thought he might have to buy his clients a meal and a drink. It's called tteokdae in Korea, where you buy meals and drinks for the person that you're going to have business with in order to, you know, look nice. Last known video of Kim was when he went to the ATM and took $1,000 in cash and also drove a car that Lee told Kim to bring. Now from this day on, Kim actually went missing and he did not contact his friends or fiancés. The fiancé obviously got really worried, and she knew that Kim met Lee a couple days prior. So the fiance, she went to go meet Mr. Lee, and Mr. Lee just told her that he actually just left 1 hour after that meeting and don't know what happened. So the detail goes like this, exactly what happened during this meeting according to Lee. He claims that the three people, Lee, Kim, and the broker, met up, and Kim wanted to borrow some money to Lee. So Kim used his car as a collateral and borrowed over $25,000. And and also received $30,000 upfront pay from the business broker. This obviously indicated that Kim borrowed an immense amount of money, over $50,000, and the family thought this was just really strange for Kim to do because Kim did not have any big debts. It's not like he had money troubles or anything like that, so why would he need to borrow this like immense amount of money? Also, this car that Kim had was only worth about, they say, $1,000, and for Lee to take the car as a collateral compared to $25,000, it just does not match. Also, the fact that if you do any business with someone, it's really highly unlikely that someone's just going to give you upfront $30,000 in cash for like a business transaction. It doesn't happen upfront at all. Like, that's very risky and dangerous, so no business people actually do that. But at first, police thought that this just could be a runaway. Maybe like Kim borrowed a lot of money and he just decided to run away with another woman, and now he has a lot of money. He's like, let me just run away, I don't like my life, whatever it might be. Lee claimed that he was a victim as well, that Mr. Kim took his money, ran away, and is not contacting them anymore. But is this true? Now, the police and the family also took a look at these documents that Kim supposedly signed with this broker. When they took a look at these documents, it was unofficial documents that had no terms and no real wording in it. It was just like a bunch of fake papers that Kim was made to sign. This is another false flag. If you ever do business and you see like terms of paper, never sign it on front. I've been into contracts, you guys. I know I have a lot of friends that have been into contracts, and it could really bring your life down if you don't know how to double check it. Everything just did not make sense, so the police looked into Kim's cell phone ping. And the last time Kim's cell phone ringed was near an empty office building. Not surprisingly, this empty office building was a building that Lee actually rented out 3 days before Kim went missing. When Lee rented the space, he told the realtor that he wanted a space where there was a lot of water flow, meaning like he has to have like a hose or some kind of sink that he could use to clean up or use in the office. He also said there needs to be good noise control, and he liked this office because downstairs in the basement there was a dance studio, so there was always music playing, and he really liked how private it was. During the day Mr. Kim went missing, there was a restaurant worker who confessed that he saw Mr. Kim that day with Mr. Lee and another man. He said one of the men looked really drunk and Mr. Lee was carrying him to this empty office building. So later, police interviewed this supposed broker. Now, this broker actually happened to be just a normal food delivery man that was acting to be a business broker because that is what Lee told him to do. The fake broker actually confessed that him and Lee went around different doctors 2 days prior in order to get sleeping pills, rent a car, and even pick out the meeting location, all as a setup to get Mr. Kim. Police now suspected Lee as the main suspect and started interviewing him. At first, Lee said that he did give sleeping pills to Mr. Kim and took him to his empty office building, but then that Mr. Kim woke up 10 minutes later and just walked out, and he doesn't know what happened after that. Which does sound shady at first. You don't just wake up from a sleeping pill. If you're really deep asleep, it's gonna take you a couple hours. Police did some forensic evidence in this empty office building that Lee borrowed just for 1 month, and they found actually Kim's hair and blood stains inside the building. The way that these blood stains have to have come out is when the man had to be on the floor and the blood had to spatter really quickly. I'm not a forensic professional, but if you guys do study it, maybe you could let us know what that exactly means. Because of the forensic evidence, this is when now Lee changed his statements and claimed that there was a physical altercation between him and Mr. Kim, because apparently Kim started to question Lee's relationship with his fiance, and Kim got mad and he just punched Lee. And he says that after punching each other, Kim just ran away. Now, the main evidence was the water bill in Lee's building. In the month that Kim went missing, which was in June, Lee's empty building water bill showed he used about 89 tons of water, or 23,942 gallons of water in just that 1 month. They say that you have to literally have the water running straight for 88 hours in order to use this amount, and this is enough to fill the whole office space 2 times. This is an immense amount of water that Lee supposedly used during the month of June. Lee claimed that he used this amount of water because he was cleaning the office space, but it was so much water that the water just started leaking down to the dance studio. As you guys can see, during the interrogation, Lee just started changing a lot of his statements whenever new evidence came out. And then more evidence showed that later, the text message sent by Kim's number were actually sent by Lee, and the mysterious woman that called Kim's fiance was someone that was just paid by Lee. The day after Kim went missing on June 12, 2010, it was revealed that Lee went to a garbage dump for 30 minutes, then headed to the Han River. And I believe they were able to get this information based on Lee's cell phone ping. Police did look for any signs of body in the Han River, but unfortunately they did not find anything. Kim's body or him himself have never been found. Now, unfortunately, the court claimed that because there was no body found, that Lee could not be charged with official murder, but he was charged 7 years in jail due to kidnapping and assault to Mr. Kim. Now, technically, Lee would have been a free man after 7 years, but more dirt came out about Lee's past, and this is when things get even crazier about this strange man, Lee. 2 years before Kim's incident, there was another incident that Lee was involved in, and it's very similar to Kim's case. There was a man named Mr. Park, and he was a 28-year-old food delivery man, and he earned only about $1,000 a month, and his life was taken away with a combination of sleeping pills and poisonous gas. When police got to the scene, again, this is a separate case 2 years ago, Mr. Lee was there, and he claimed that Park drank a lot, he was super drunk, he took sleeping pills because he had insomnia, and he just passed out and he doesn't know what happened. It was later revealed that Mr. Park had a huge amount of insurance under his name. Now, Mr. Park only earned $1,000 a month from food delivery. There's no way he was able to afford an insurance that was worth about $1.7 million. So how was it that Mr. Park had such a big insurance under his name? Now, oddly, under Park's name, there was 3 different expensive insurance plans, and it was all paid by someone else. Now, apparently when it comes to insurances, you could have like other people under that name, so in case you pass away or something happens, that person that you put under your name will get the money. And the person's name that was under Mr. Park's insurance was Mr. Lee's twin brother. Yes, Mr. Lee apparently had a twin brother. Now, this insurance, expensive insurance, was paid by Mr. Lee's twin brother all along. They plotted this insurance scam a couple days or even like weeks before Park passed away, and they plotted this by closing and locking all the windows at Park's apartment. They even secured it so well by using silicone in any air filtration or any windows so that no air could get out. Lee gave some alcohol and sleeping pills to Mr. Park, and when he passed out, that's when they turned on the boiler gas and let the gas leak into the house, leading to Park's death. The insurance company fortunately found that Lee and the brothers really suspicious, so they never got the $1.7 million of insurance. But 2 years later, finally, in 2011, after Kim's case, Lee and his brother were sent to life imprisonment for Park's death. Although this was a separate case from Mr. Kim, Lee still till this day claims that he never killed Kim. I mean, technically, Mr. Kim is declared still missing till this day, and do you think Kim ran away? Now, everybody probably knows, and we can almost 99.99% guess that Lee did have something to do with Kim's disappearance. But you do have to really wonder, if Lee wasn't going to get any compensation or something from Kim, why would he even do this? At least the first case, he thought that he was going to get the insurance money from Mr. Park, but why would he do this to Mr. Kim? They weren't related at all. He didn't have his name under Kim's insurance or anything. So did the fiancé possibly have something to do with this? Because the fiancé was first acquaintances with Mr. Lee. Now, this part, the fiancé was never questioned or was it released to the public, but a lot of the netizens or people that are watching this documentary would know about this case. All are kind of questioning the fiancé as well. someone that's so close to your fiance be even friends with a scammer like this? But at the same time, don't get me wrong, I mean, she probably didn't know that that person was a scammer or was a murderer. I mean, obviously you don't know until it actually happens. So it's so important to always have your guards up, know what to look for, and know what signs to look for, such as, does this person actually claim to know what he's saying? Does this person have any evidences or proof that could show you that this person is actually who they claim to be? But let me just say, scammers don't look like scammers. There's no look to them. They all look normal until you get burned. You guys always be careful. If there's any tips that you guys could leave behind where we could be aware of some people that are trying to take advantage from you.